Hello everyone at Cymatic TV. This is another energy update of what's coming through from the energies in the sun. Obviously then it will be coming through the earth and it will be reproducing energies within you. So there has been an X-ray flare off of the sun. It's off to a departing sunspot region. So it's probably going to give us a side swipe and we'll see how that's playing out with also the earthquakes of the earth, and also how it's going to be playing out maybe with your chakras, your aura, and also your spirit.
Don't believe, just know. Cymatic TV, turning vibration into reality.
So here we have the X-ray flux, and this is over the last few days here, and we can see that yesterday on the 9th, around about 1 o'clock at GMT time or UTC time, there was an X3.3 flare, which came off the sun. And there has been sort of a few M flares, as you can well see, just before that, just prior to that and after that. And they're also quite important, so we should keep an eye out on that. Let's just have a look at that X flare. Let's just have a look at that X flare on the sun here. Now we're looking here on the 211 angstroms on the helioviewer, and you can see here just above me, just here to there, you can see it popping there slightly, and just look at the wave as it comes across the sun. Now this is quite important here because it's quite a big flare and there's quite a bit of plasma sort of releasing from it as well, and that will be affecting the earth as we go forward. And as I said, there's these other M flares which we can see as well coming off on the sun here. This is on 171. So we've got the big flare which is in the bottom right hand side here, which you'll see just coming up here, just on this part of me just there. That sort of kicks off. But then the most interesting other thing as well, not the most interesting, but the other thing as well, is that flare there on the left hand side of the incoming flare into the flare region into the earth facing sun. Now there is something particular about the earth facing sun at the moment, and it's been for some time. This is a close up of that X3.3, but the as the sunspots turn in to face the earth, and this has been for a long time, they stop flaring, and they only flare when going out or coming in. So they're firing either side of the earth, and this is very it's energy that's sort of guiding from the outside. It's not really sort of affecting directly the earth. Sometimes it is a full-on directly to the earth, but there is quite a lot of earth-facing quietness. Now this sort of directing from the side is simply because the earth is going through a pole shift and it doesn't want to interrupt it too much as we go through the galactic plane. And this flare eruption caused quite a lot of proton radiation. Now proton radiation is that very electrical sort of thing, and it's almost instantaneous, really, more than anything else. So as we look on the proton or the D-ray flux here, we can see the poles the south and north pole getting majorly affected by this. And this has been since yesterday, the 9th, and today, the 10th. So it's creating a lot of electricity, a buzz around the outside of the earth. And yes, it will be penetrating into the earth. And that sort of buzzing aspect is a little bit like, if you like, in the energy sense, when you're talking about chakras and auras and you're talking about our personal energies, it's a little bit like having sort of like tinnitus, or sort of a background noise that bzzz, and it can be quite annoying. And this is the effects that it could have been having upon us. But let's just have a quick look at the flare prediction. Now, this is the interesting thing on the flare prediction. You can see it here on ISWA. If you saw what it was showing earlier on with the flare, it was off to the bottom right of the Earth. Here, I think they're slightly out of whack. They're saying it's giving a full blow to Venus, Mercury, and Mars as well, which is also very important, and you'll be able to see how that affects you on our sister channel, the Astro Flower, where I do tarot reading according to these influx of energies that are coming our way. So it'd be linked in the description below. But I think this is not really giving us the full... I don't think it's being totally honest. I think it's slightly out. Personally, in my point of view, I think it's slightly out. And once we start seeing sort of like the other satellite views of around the sun. Now, this is important. Here we can see the sun just before the eruption here, just above me here. And we're looking at the bottom right, and we can see that first explosion that will be coming off. There it is there. And you can see all this sort of like snowflakey sort of stuff on the screen. And that doesn't stop happening. And that is where the satellite is facing directly between the Earth and the Earth and the sun. So basically, that is particles that are coming our way, and we cannot deny that. That's why I think that prediction is slightly out. And the other thing as well, which we can look at, is the explosions or the eruptions on coming into us as well. Because here we get a lot from the first eruption, and then it does pick up again slightly. We'll be able to see more as time goes on, but it does pick up slightly with that other second eruption as well. So I think we're getting like a double hit more than anything else. The funny thing is as well, because of this Earth quiet, as I say, there's usually an eruption on the departing side of the sun, but there's also eruptions on the incoming as well. And we can see this very, very clearly on both sides here. And the funny thing is that when you get eruption on one side of the sun, it seems like the opposite side, it's almost as if like it's pinging between the two. That's what it's doing, and releasing a lot of that vibrations that are coming through to our way. So how has it been affecting us, and how has it been affecting the Earth? Let's just have a look at the chakras of the Earth. Now, when I was talking last time on the earthquake eruptions, the earthquakes and the chakras of the Earth, I was talking about a build-up in the Alaskan ridge, which was holding all the earthquakes back, and it did eventually flow into the solar plexus and the solar plexus and the throat and third eye chakra. Now you can see on the little map below there, you can see the solar plexus in Australia in Alice Springs. Then you have the third eye and the throat chakra, which is up in Mount Fuji. So you're getting at the moment a real build-up of earthquakes, certainly within the sacrum area. Now that's in Mount Shasta in North America. So you're getting a build-up there, but you're also getting a sort of like a communication or a build-up between the solar plexus and the throat chakra here. Now this is obviously, when we're talking about the sacrum chakra, this is where we're trying to sort of do things. These are fundamental desires within us. And this is what is stimulating within the human being. And if anyone's been and seen my February readings over on the Astro Flower, February is a month about purification. And it seems to be purifying those fundamental desires that we find in the sacrum as well. So it seems to be we're sifting through the bottom of the drawers to get everything out that we don't need in there as we go into the new age of Aquarius, which we really totally fully into by the end of this year. But it's also, so it's dealing with those sort of things, but then it's also playing off, as you can well see, just north of Australia there, between Australia and Japan. This is where it's playing into the solar plexus and the third eye and the throat chakra. Now this, for us as personal people, since yesterday, since the 9th, and I would have thought it's going to still keep going right through to Monday, or Sunday, sorry. And that it's going to create a bit of, I want to get on, I want to get on, I want to get on, I want to do things, I want to do things. And it's like the world hasn't brought up to speed as yet. It's like, it's gradually turning up the volume, but we're already anticipating the sort of influx of energy, and it can create a little bit of frustration within each and every single one of us. So I'd be a little bit wary about that, this frustration over the past sort of like few days. So how is it affecting us mainly as people in the way of sort of energy? Yes, it's going to, as I say, create a little bit of frustration, but this is all about timing, I think, more than anything else. And it's also about patience. It's also knowing when to strike. So over the next sort of 3 or 4 days, as you engage in life around you, this is where you can sort of choose your moment to actually put your solar plexus and your third eye and your throat chakra. So that means using your solar plexus as a force, as a confidence of a determination to actually convert into verbal stuff and mental stuff, clearly the visions of how you want your sacrum, your fundamental ideas to be manifested. And when you start pushing it up into the third eye and the throat chakra, that means you're starting that manifestation process. And that manifestation process starts off with the intention or the idea, and then it is that intention is verbalized. You say, I would like this, or I want this. And then you can then start using your energy and, more than anything else, your solar plexus to become a lot more determined about getting it done, which you should be looking to do on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, I think, more than anything else. Okay, there is a lot more going on at the sun at the moment. I will be going out to get a energy update or a message from the Earth's vibrations in a beautiful church around here. And if you've seen anything on the Lord's video and how the perturbating energies are affecting things, I'm going to another site which is just the same as Lord's, got the same history, but have got a completely different energy. And we're going to be getting the messages from the Earth. We're going to be getting the chakra sequencing from the vibrations off of the ley lines, off of the energy lines there. And we're sort of seeing how it can affect us sort of for the mental health, physical health, and emotional health more than anything else. Okay, yes, so there you go. So just be attentive over the next few days. Be wary of your frustration. Get into a rhythm, knowing when to push it. And then on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, really start getting down and start pushing through those changes or those purifications that you want to see here in February. Okay, as I said, there's loads of other videos on this channel here, as well as on the Astro Flower, our sister channel. There's loads of links in the description below. I will see you soon. Thank you very much for your support on this channel. And in the meantime, that's all for me left to say is, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.